Are we filming?
Dylan's gonna go grab that file and I'll answer the first question first.
All right, we're on the mid-stage show floor
Can I make a call out to the fact that we received a Snapchat question?
on the state of 22 shells.
Besides the fact that one's hairy and one's glossy.
Let's start episode 7. Oh man.
This is Ask North 40.
Answer your question, Todd, but we had to come all the way to Minneapolis to do it.
Todd asks, where is all the 22 ammo?
All right, we're on the mid-stage show floor, and I got Bill and Mike from Federal just got a message in from corporate on the state of 22 shells.
So basically, the current market environment is causing stronger than the usual demand for products in our industry. Our facilities continue to operate 24 hours a day. We continually make process improvements to increase our efficiency and invested in capital personnel where we have sustained demand. We're bringing additional capacity online again this year. We'll get product to you as soon as we can.
So that's exactly what we got from Mike and Bill at the Federal booth on the show floor. But then, Daryl, what are we seeing as far as 22 shipments go? Because we've been ordering it constantly, right?
I've probably got more rimfire ammunition on order to date than we've had, I'm going to guess, in the existence of the company, just trying to get something in the doors. And we are starting to see a little bit here and there trickle in. We're trying different avenues to try and get rimfire with some different companies. You may have seen some ammunition called CII from Howell Munitions. It's a little higher end, but it allows us to get something in. So we're working very hard to try and keep rimfire in. 22 is always going to be the problem. 17 HMR does seem like it's lightening up a little bit, so we are seeing a little bit more of that. So if you are looking to go varminting, you might look, instead of buying the old 22, look at a 17 HMR, or even just step up to a 223. 223 ammo has been pretty consistent here in the last year, so.
Yeah, and you'd think if anybody could get 22 ammunition, we have a store in Lewiston, Idaho, where a big majority of the United States 22 ammunition is built. All I have to do is drive it up the hill, and it's still hard for us to get.
Yeah, that's one of Lewiston's, that's Vista's factory, CCI, all their 22 shells, or majority of their 22 shells are right there in Lewiston, so.
Cool.
Pretty crazy.
Thanks, Daryl.
Yep.
Thanks for your time.
How to get rid of bees with Brian Roger, our local bee expert.
Connie asks, how do you get rid of bees for good?
Let's break this first into the category that we can eliminate in the long run, which is going to be your wasp family. So yellow jackets, hornets, wasp family items, generally they have a paper nest or in the ground. Those are the ones that you want to go ahead and either have a pest control company take care of, or if you feel adventurous and want to take it on yourself, I know there are store products that are available, either the spray if the nest is available and visible, or there are other traps available that are based on both meat or pheromone. Generally those don't involve honeybees, so they're safe to use side by side, which is real beneficial. That's if it's the bad ones, the wasps. And a quick way to tell them apart is going to be if they're black and yellow and glossy, those are the members of the wasp family. If they are orange and black and fuzzy, that's the honeybees. Those are the ones that we want to keep around.
Wasps and bees, what's the difference? Other than one is fuzzy and one is glossy, there's two main behavioral characteristics that distinguish these insects. Bees are a pollinator, so that means they're going to fly around and sip nectar and pollen from all these plants and flowers. A wasp, on the other hand, is predatory, and its main source of food is other insects. That's why when Brian talks about traps, he says they smell like meat and other wasp pheromones.
Those are the ones we never want to do without or get rid of or kill, if at all possible, because there's a lot of unintended consequences that go along with that. So if we eliminate one category and we concentrate on the honeybees now, the best advice I can possibly give you is keep calm and contact the beekeepers. There are a number of different beekeepers available in the area that are volunteers, and it then kind of splits into two different categories of if you get them at the right time and they're temporary, a ball of bees hanging from a tree branch or under a mailbox or on a fence post, the beekeepers will love you for it. If you contact them then, it's simply a matter of showing up, scooping them in, and both parties win. The beekeepers get bees, they save them, you have moved them and relocated them to where they can do the most good. It's fantastic. The other side of that, the other category, is if the bees need to, or if the bees are already in a structure, they're in a wall, in an attic, inside the floor joists, under a bathtub, whatever the case may be, that's when you really want to rely on the experts. There are a few folks that do bee removals, and that would be the time to rely on their expertise in order to get them out of the structure.
Who in our company knows the most about fly fishing in North Idaho?
Calvin.
Calvin? Think he knows about fly fishing?
I hope so. That's his job, man. Dan asked, what is the best 5-weight fly line for fishing streamers and other medium-sized sinking flies in some of Idaho's panhandle river systems?
There's a couple different options out there. Obviously, when you're throwing streamers or wet flies, it's nice to have kind of a shorter, heavier head to help cast the flies at short distances for some of the smaller rivers we have. A couple fly lines I like are the basically Scientific Angler's Sharkwave Siege line. Has a shorter head, it's easier for loading your rod, casting at short distances, roll casting, all that stuff. Another good lines, good options would be to overweight your, if you have a standard weight forward line, just overweight it one weight, and this will help load the rod better and get the fly out of the water. And then, something like the Rio Grande, which is a weight and a half heavier, or the Scientific Angler's GPX, those work as well. That's what I would use.
Sweet. So you're recommending an overweighted weight forward line for most applications. But what if you're swinging?
I forgot about the OPST lines. Those would be awesome.
Okay, so a line like OPST that could be cast single or double hand, that's made for swinging big flies. When's the best time to use a line like that?
They're really good for casting in tight quarters, hard back casts, stuff like that, where you got brush up behind you, you're trying to tuck it in under a cut bank. That's when I'd use those lines.
Okay, cool, but you can't really nymph with that line because it has such a short head. It's really hard to mend with it.
We don't nymph around here, apparently.
Okay, awesome. Episode 7 is over. Thanks for all the questions on Instagram this week. Jake, can you throw up our best image of the week? There it is. Follow us on Instagram.
See you next week.